At a time when our country's in a mental health crisis, we must look at how we provide leadership, how we supervise, how we create teams, and that starts within. Hi, my name is Carrie Freshour. I'm a clinical social worker, a motivational speaker, and a coach. But it's not the letters behind my name or the more than 20 years of experience doing this work, but rather that I'm a survivor. I've survived childhood abuse. I have felt excruciating pain. I've felt shame and worthlessness. I have lived through the loss of nearly everything after a devastating fire that took our family home in 2019. But through that loss and that trauma, through that pain, I also found a way to joy, to meaning, and finding understanding. Yes, I understand pain, but I also have learned how to transform that pain into hope. I've had to find a way to work through the hard, to uphold my professional standards and work ethics while still leading others. I've had to learn about my triggers, to acknowledge them and take accountability for them. And in doing that work, I've also learned to recognize the signs of triggers in other people.
We can both be right and get there a different way. And how do we actually not only know that, believe it, but do it, right? And we begin to acknowledge that we're human in all of this, right? And that we don't need to agree all the time, and we don't need to have it all figured out, and we need the heart, and we need the brain, and we need all of it. But how do we do it in a way that really gets us to being able to have hard conversations?
When we talk about creating emotionally intelligent teams, becoming more aware of mental health and the impacts of chronic stress, or being trauma informed, that all sounds good. However, time and time again, I see leaders struggle and teams behave counter to that behavior, creating toxic work environments. When your teams are balancing the mental health of their family members or themselves while carrying out the work, we need to recognize the signs in them and create spaces that support the humanness in us all. Putting our words and intentions into action through strategic and internal structures that are supportive. Work is demanding. It's hard, no matter what the work is. Humanizing our experiences, recognizing and acknowledging each of us is carrying something at some time that nobody knows about. And yet too often our instinctual reactions are in direct conflict with those missions, visions, and theories, the practices we work so hard to uphold. I'm obsessed with helping break down walls of stigma around behavioral health challenges for your staff and in the workplace, thoughtfully guiding through vulnerability to transparency, and leaning into the science and theories that guide our best practices. Taking my personal and professional experiences weaved in with my clinical training and a sprinkle of faith, I enjoy working with corporations, with behavioral health organizations, educators, and parents to have hard conversations, to motivate, that move the needle forward to actions that build cultural change. I bring social work, human behavior, organizational psychology principles, and evidence to the corporate and business world in a way that enhances employee well-being and improves workplace culture. If you're looking for a path to happier, more productive people in the workplace, I've got you covered. I provide organizations with practical tools you can use tomorrow to enable better leaders and overcome challenges, taking my audiences on an emotional journey that leaves them moved to act. I impact change by providing thoughtful, engaging leadership coaching to individuals and teams, facilitating change management projects that leads to the workplaces where people feel heard, supported, and treated fairly. So if you want to transform your teams and turn your struggles into strengths, please contact me at carriefreshourconsulting.com. My promise to you is I will bring lots of energy, enthusiasm, authenticity, and grace to hard conversations that begin to move us forward. Let's be change makers together.